Welcome to Crete, the largest island in Greece, the fifth largest in the Mediterranean. Here, just a century ago, the Minoan civilization was brought to light, amazing the world with its brilliancy and sophistication. A dramatic landscape of towering mountains gashed by deep gorges, result of the clash between the European and African plates. An island like a charging bull straddling the Cretan and Libyan seas, where Europe, Asia and Africa come together. Fertile, with its well-watered valleys and coastal plains and its mild climate. An island that has played an outstanding role in Greece's modern history, providing some of its most famous writers, musicians and politicians. A place where mythology says the king of the gods was born, raised and even died, Cretan Zeus, the god of hospitality. The Prefecture of Heraklion is the biggest and most densely inhabited of the 4 prefectures of Crete, and one of the most touristically developed areas of Greece, served by the largest and busiest air and seaports on the island. The city of Heraklio has been inhabited since the Neolithic period. Wave after wave of invasion has swept over it. Arabs, Byzantines, Phoenicians and Turks, each leaving their trace in a rich blend of cultures. Today, with a population of 180,000 and an area of 120 square kilometers, it is the capital of Crete and the 4th largest city in Greece. Although much of Venetian Heraklion has been destroyed, enough remains to remind us of its magnificence. The Loye, for instance, is a particularly fine example of Palladian architecture. The fort of the Koule, or Roccia al Mare, dating from 1540, is one of the most impressive Venetian monuments of Crete. The first city walls were built by the Arabs in the 9th century, succeeded by the Byzantines, who called the city Handaka, but it was the Venetians who built the magnificent walls we see today and gave the city the name of Candia, which became known as the Venice of the East. Today, Heraklion is a thriving modern city, business centre, entry port for tourists. The modern city has a number of well-equipped spaces for conferences, exhibitions and cultural events. There is a summer arts festival with theatre, dance and music from all over Greece. It has a lively nightlife with all sorts of international entertainment. Knossos, excavated by the English archaeologist Arthur Evans from about 1900, was a building amazing in its sophistication and refinement, dating from the New Palace period, 1700 to 1450 BC, the center of a city of perhaps 80,000 people. Just the size of it impresses. 22,000 square meters, with more than 1,500 rooms on up to 5 floors. Such a maze of corridors and storerooms in the once dark lower floors, it is truly labyrinthine. In order to understand Knossos and the Minoan civilization properly, you have to visit the Archaeological Museum, in which some of the finest and most beautiful objects from the center and east of Crete are to be found, making it not just one of the most important museums in Greece, but in the world. Displays cover about 5,500 years, so that the whole development of Minoan culture can be traced from its Neolithic origins to its climax in palatial times and its eventual decadence and downfall. At the Historical Museum of Crete, among other objects, are to be found fine examples of stone carving, beautifully displayed. At the Museum of Natural History, visitors can get to know about the plants and animals of Crete and their history, going back millions of years, when Crete was a very different place, tropical, with elephants and hippopotamuses, much of it submerged beneath the sea. A museum with a hands-on approach, encouraging the visitor to encounter the past actively through his senses. You enter another world at the Crete Aquarium, as though you were deep beneath the waves, able to pry into the lives of sea creatures from very close. Sharks, pulsing jellyfish, starfish, octopuses.